Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian Kingsbury. Today we're going to do another Brian Reads the News segment. This one coming to us from MSN.com. It's titled 10 Things Every Kid Did Before Technology That Would Baffle Today's Youth. Remember when entertainment didn't require a charging cable or Wi-Fi connection? For those of us who grew up in a simpler times, childhood was an adventure filled with imagination, scraped knees, and endless hours outdoor. Let's scroll down memory lane and revisit some activities that would leave today's tech-savvy kids scratching their heads. At number 1 on the list is making mixtapes from radio songs. Creating the perfect mixtape required patience, timing, and lightning-fast reflexes. We'd sit for hours by the radio, finger hovering over the record button, waiting for our favorite songs to play. The real skill was hitting stop before the DJ started talking. Don't even get me started on how we had to flip the cassette to side B. Those imperfect recordings, complete with partially cut off intros and occasional background noise, became our most prized possessions. At number 2 on the list is playing outside until the streetlights came on. Our parents' version of a GPS tracker was simple. Be home when the streetlights come on. We'd spend entire days riding bikes, playing kick the can, or having pickup baseball games in vacant lots. The streetlights were our universal signal. Everybody understood, every kid in the neighborhood. There were no cell phones, no text messages, just the golden rule of getting home before dark. At number 3 on the list is writing notes in class, aka the original text messages. Before smartphones and instant messaging, we were masters of stealth communication, carefully folding notes, often in intricate origami-like patterns, were our version of texting. The thrill of passing these messages across the classroom without getting caught by the teacher was an art form. Some even came with do not open until instructions or the dreaded destroy after reading warning. At number 4 on the list is using a phone book and memorizing numbers. Remember those thick yellow books that appeared on our doorsteps every year? Finding someone's number meant thumbing through pages of tiny print, and we actually memorized our friends' phone numbers. The satisfaction of slamming down a heavy phone book after finding what you needed was unmatched. Plus, those books made excellent booster seats for smaller siblings at the dining room table. At number 5 on the list is building forts with couch cushions. Living room architecture was a serious business in our day. Armed with couch cushions, blankets, and mom's clothespins, we created elaborate fortresses that would make modern-day interior designers jealous. These structures served as everything from space stations to medieval castles, and the floor is lava rule was strictly enforced during construction and occupation. At number 6 is recording songs from the radio on cassette tapes. Long before Spotify playlists, we were amateur sound engineers with our finger on the record button. The goal was to capture our favorite songs without the DJ's voice or commercials. This required incredible timing and patience, often resulting in hundreds of partially recorded songs. The static and occasional interruptions just added character to our personalized music collections. At number 7 on the list is using a card catalog at the library. Before digital databases, finding a book meant mastering the Dewey Decimal System and rifling through tiny drawers filled with index cards. The satisfying sound of wooden drawer pulls and the smell of well-worn cards were part of every library visit. We became detectives, following the trail of numbers and letters to find our literary treasures. At number 8 on the list is making crank phone calls. Before caller ID ruined all the fun, prank calls were a favorite pastime during sleepovers. The classic "is your refrigerator running" joke might seem tame by today's standards, but it had us in stitches. We'd take turns dialing random numbers, trying to stifle our giggles while attempting to maintain a serious voice. At number 9 on the list is playing board games for hours. Rainy days meant breaking out Monopoly, Risk, or Sorry for epic gaming sessions that could last all afternoon. No save points, no pause buttons, just pure strategy and luck. Family feuds over Park Place and Boardwalk were common, and being the banker was considered a position of great power and responsibility. And finally, at number 10 is writing in cursive. Mastering cursive writing was once considered essential for success in adult life. We spent countless hours practicing our loops and connecting letters, dreaming of the day we'd sign important documents with our perfectly crafted signatures. Those Palmer Method workbooks were our constant companions, and earning your cursive license was a major milestone in elementary school. There you have it, 10 things every kid did before technology that would baffle today's youth. What do you think? Do you remember any of those things from back in the day? And put it in the comment section if you remember doing some of that stuff. I'd be interested to hear from you. I reply to all comments, so feel free to leave a comment and we'll get that conversation started. And of course, if you enjoy these types of videos, please take a second to hit that like button. When you hit that like button, that helps get the algorithm going and gets us in front of a few more eyes. Trying to grow the channel, so that can really help me out if you just hit that like button, leave a comment. And if you really enjoy this content, consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you on the next one. Bye.